Ray.
Hi, my name's Cody. This is my wife, Gabby, and we're here today to just tell you the story of us. You want to go ahead and start off?
Yeah. So we're doing this in a video because I feel like it's the best way that you can get a sense of who we are as a couple without actually meeting us in person. We met in high school. I wasn't very good at pre-calculus. He was very good at pre-calculus, and so he helped me out. Not very well, because I did end up dropping that class. But I also tutored him in English, but that ended up me just mostly like reading books out loud to him and trying to like force him to write his papers.
Yeah, so we met in high school originally, and then we dated for pretty much most of our senior year, and then after that, I enlisted in the Army, so I went off to
Which was not fun.
I went off to basic training, and between that and then my training after that, it was a total of about 9 months. Where we were apart. Then I got stationed over here in Washington. We're both originally from Connecticut, and then so I got stationed over in Washington, and that was in October of 2015. And then
Skipping so much.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Because that all happened to you, but in the meantime, I was in college in Connecticut, and I was miserable because he was gone the whole time. But I got to see you when you graduated basic training. I visited him once in AIT for like a weekend, was it? I stayed in the sketchiest hotel ever. You're just skipping good details, but you can keep going.
But yeah, so, and then once I got to Washington, and I was here for about 2 months, and then I just realized that I absolutely had to marry her. Before I wasn't too sure, just based on being so young, and but then once I really got here, I was just like, you know what, I have to marry her. So we decided to get married. She flew out here like probably a month after, and then we went and we eloped. And so after that, we went and we eloped, and we ended up just getting married, just eloping in this small house in Kent, Washington, and then
and none of my family knew about it until after we got married, because they all knew that like we would get married one day, but we didn't let them know until afterward because I was 19, and my mom wasn't so in love with the idea of me getting married while I was a teenager. Now she's cool with it, and she loves him, and we're all good. But that was a situation. Actually, we were on FaceTime with my mom, and we were going to tell her that night about the fact that, like, in that visit that I was in Washington, we got married. And he, before we got the chance to sit down with her, was like, "Oh, yeah, well, now that you're my wife," and my mom in the other room was like, "What? What did he say?" So that was how my family found out that we got married. But it wasn't the first, like, initial shock was, horrifying, but then after that, it kind of died down, and now everybody loves you.
Yeah, once she moved out to Washington, though, after us getting married, we spent about 12 months together before I went on my first deployment. But out of those 12 months, I did spend about 3.5 to 4 months just out training again. Mm-hmm. And then so went on the deployment, and then since then, our entire time being married, we've really just wanted to, one thing that we did sacrifice, your normal wedding, us being young, and then but
military. We couldn't even like plan anything.
Yeah, one thing we really wanted to do ever since then is just to actually have a real wedding, most importantly just with all of our family and friends there. Mm-hmm. And really just to have that experience with them. And so we just see that this opportunity and this vow renewal is the perfect time to do that. So
yeah, it's really amazing too, because we're legal residents of Connecticut, but we are currently stationed in Washington, and we're about to be moving overseas. So we're going to be there for about 3.5 years, and it's going to be we're planning to go home and see our family, and we were, trying to figure out a vow renewal or how we can afford to do that, and, afford our move and kind of afford, life in general. We're still pretty young, so it's not super easy, but we're trying to get all that figured out, and it just wasn't looking feasible for us. So finding this opportunity is like a serious blessing for us, because I don't know when we ever will have an opportunity to even, have a vow renewal before kids, or before life kind of throws us upside down again. And he's actually home right now. He's not deployed, and he's not in the field, and right now there aren't plans for him to be in August, so we're gonna be good to get this done. So we're very excited and really hoping and definitely praying that this is like for us. I think that this is in your hands and God's, because he's got the biggest eye on who's needing this. But we love to be considered, and we're really excited for whoever gets chosen, but especially if it's us.
The biggest thing too is just it's awesome because all of our family is on the East Coast, so the location's really great, and then everything works perfect for us. Do you have anything else to add?
I don't think so. I'm just
All
excited.
right. Thank you for considering us, and we hope you have a wonderful day.